Okay, so before I forget, I kind of flubbed it in the last video and forgot to mention this whole ordeal with the little girl and the dragon and whatnot. I mean, evidently it's filler, so I didn't have to mention it, but I think it speaks to One Piece's uncanny ability to sell really endearing characters in a relatively short amount of time. Because at the end of this, I was like, damn dude, I spent all of this time getting to know this Apis girl, and I was really hoping she'd end up joining the Straw Hats. Like, I know she has her own dreams to follow and all, but I can't lie and say that I'm not gonna miss the dynamic that she really brought to the group. Well, good thing One Piece will never do that again. Little did I know that this was just an appetizer, a sample, a little taste of what was to come. So, not gonna lie, I kinda had this whole idea of going all Grand Line review and just recapping the events of Alabasta in sequential order. But I very quickly realized that A, that would be boring, and C, my 20 megabyte memory is not going to remember every single little intricate detail of this show, okay? I'm sorry. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just do what I normally do and start talking out of my ass, and I'll just let the comment section roast the hell out of my inaccuracies. I mean, it worked before, right? Anyway, here's what went down. The Straws are in the grandest of lines where they get eaten by a whale and died. They download Google Pose to help them get out, and then they get hammered at a 17th century art fair. A bunch of LARPers try to jump them in their sleep, but as the name implies, they ain't shit. Turns out that one of the nerds is Princess Vivi of Alabasta, who's trying to stop this man Crocs from fucking up her kingdom. So the Straws back her up and agree to take her back home so they can get front row seats to an uprising. They make a couple of pit stops along the way though. One is at an island led by two dude bros, Testosterz and Rone. And when Nami gets hit with the Rona, they get her patched up at Canada Island where they pick up crew member number 6, a reindeer boy named Tony Porkchop. Then they finally reach Alabasta where they got a buttload of crap to do. Stopping a coup, beating the LARPers, avoiding Smokestack, kicking Alligator Man's ass, and dropping clues for future plot developments. Whew. Suffice to say, it's a long bundle of episodes. Now, one thing that really stood out to me about Alabasta is that pretty much every story in this saga is predicated on relationships. Specifically, it answers the age-old question of what if an anime actually did Nakama power correctly? You see, old school shonen got a pretty bad rep back in the day for basically treating friendship like steroids. Anytime the protag is on the cusp of death at the hands of the antag, they will always, without fail, gain a power boost by remembering their homies and making a highly improbable comeback. One Piece is not that kind of show. For one thing, there are no cookie-cutter friendships to be had here. The friendship algorithm of the One Piece characters varies depending on a variety of outstanding variables such as closeness, history, and similar interests, but at the end of the day, you never question whether the friendship is real. The Hawaiian shirt guy is dropping in a few brain cells, but he always remembers the whale that he's looking after, you know what I mean? That's a legit friendship right there. The Giants have been beating the shit out of each other for fun for over 100 years. That is also a legit friendship. Pretty much every single thing involving Chopper with Dr. Quack and Dr. Jamie Lee Curtis is founded on acceptance before recognition. So even though it looks bad when she's yelling and throwing him out the door, we know that there's no bad blood between them. Speaking of which, I was kinda hoping Kuriha would join the Straw Hats. Like, don't get me wrong, Chopper's a cool little dude. But like, how dope would it be to have a badass old lady doctor on the crew, you know what I mean? Anyway, what I'm getting at here is that there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to who your friends are. Maybe you have that one friend who you just chat with every week for a D&D sesh. Or maybe you have that one friend who you haven't connected with in 6 months who you can call anytime to bust your ass out of jail. The point is, there's a beauty in One Piece on how friends who you aren't necessarily buddy-buddy with are just as legit as the ones that are. And truth be told, that's a lesson that I honest to God just learned after watching Alabasta. Take the Straw Hats for example. One of the minor criticisms that I had with these guys is that Zoro in particular doesn't really engage with his crewmates all that much. Like, he puts in the minimum requirement needed for socialization, but most of the time, he's just off taking a nap or holding down the fort or working out while everyone else is off getting themselves killed. And at first I was like, yo, Big Z, I know you got the whole brooding tough guy thing going on, but maybe you should like talk to your fellow shipmates every now and then, yeah? But then One Piece, in a filler episode no less, proved me wrong. One day when they're out dying in the desert, Chop Chop is like, yo, I know I haven't been here that long, but the fucking Knicks have better team synergy than you guys. Should I be concerned? And then Zoro says something to this effect. Teamwork isn't always graceful, dude. Some people function like a well-oiled machine, and some folks are another Chernobyl explosion waiting to happen. Does it really matter how we work together so long as we actually do work together? And I was like, shit, he's right. You guys remember that old saying, better to be kind than nice? That's the Straw Hats right there. No one except their captain are exceptionally friendly here. Like, they roast each other as close friends often do, but they never try to insist to the audience that they're such total bros, because they don't have to tell us. They just do it. On a related note, I love whatever it is Nami and Usopp have, dude. Like, they just really get each other, you know what I mean? Their whole Shaggy and Scooby thing where they simultaneously shit their pants in the face of danger is entertaining enough. But that whole flashback where Nami opens up about feeling weak, and Usopp, the dude who can never shut the fuck up, just keeps quiet and listens to her until she finishes. Friendship goals right there, man. But anyway, Alabasta took me freaking forever to get through, and while that does mean it drags its feet sometimes, there is one specific element in this saga where that extra length runtime was a good thing. And that, my dear, is Vivi Nefertari. Now, don't get me wrong. Vivi, I love you, girl. You're as sweet as can be, and you have political responsibilities that no one else could possibly even fathom at your age. You're a wonderful person with a generous disposition, and you're really rocking that cerulean blue color scheme. And so it is with a heavy heart that I must say, with all possible respect, shut the fuck up. Look, I'm a big softie, alright? I mean, I actually like Steven Universe, for Christ's sakes, so you know I'm the last person to ever criticize characters for being emotionally vulnerable pusscakes who cry at the drop of a hat. Thing is, Vivi had that mad swag as Miss Wednesday, and while that was obviously a false persona, you'd think some of that charm would have carried over into her real personality. I'm just saying, after the first 6 times she broke out the waterworks, I was like, okay, this is getting to be a bit much. I think you've made your point already, One Piece. That being said, the moment when the Straw Hats hit the road while Vivi and her therapy duck stay behind to do princessy stuff was a thing of absolute beauty. She doesn't say, we'll always be friends. She asks, will you still be my friend? My dude, I am not kidding when I say that line gave me chills. What Vivi said resurrected a personal fear of mine that I thought I had buried a long time ago. So when the squad raises their arms in solidarity despite taking opposite paths in life, I got choked up, dude. A series nearly made me cry for what would have been the 3rd time in my life. Figures it would be a freaking One Piece. So yeah, the friendships in One Piece are absolutely phenomenal. And I find it even more impressive that Luffy, the one guy who embodies all of the stock shonen Nakama power bullshit that we all hate so much, is shaping up to be my favorite character. Here's the deal. Luffy is the biggest dumb fuck in the entire series. No, seriously, dude is a liability in every which way that doesn't involve fighting. He has had almost 0 character development since the start of the series, and from what I understand, that's kind of an ongoing thing. But me watching this rubber man for over 160 plus episodes, I realized One Piece was doing the most bonkers thing I have ever seen in an anime. Reverse character development. Not a corruption arc, mind you, we've got plenty of that shit. What I see in Luffy is a man who's at the end of his character journey, and now we're discovering the bits and pieces that make up his philosophy. I mentioned in a previous video that Luffy is a selfishly selfless dude, and the Alabasta saga makes that point abundantly clear. 90% of the time, the Luffster is a terrible captain who only thinks of himself, so the other 10% of the time when he's actually humbling himself is always a standout moment. Like, he was about to throw hands when Vivi got grazed, but then he lowers his head when Girl reminds him that saving their friends takes precedence over self-serving justice. And then we see him take this even further. Y'all remember when Luffy had to climb up Mount Everest with 2 corpses on his back just to get them to a doctor? Now, Luffy could have used his devil fruit powers to get them there, and it surely would have been easier. But no, dude is willing to go outside his comfort level to do what's hard for him, even risking stage 4 hypothermia if it means saving his bros. It's like his mental faculties are usually shit, but his selective empathy is oddly compelling to me. Like, there was that one time when he tossed out that one guy's cocaine stash and he honestly did not give a fuck. But the second the guy said the D word, that's when Luffy was like, oh shit, my bad, bro. I know these are smaller moments that no one other than me probably even cares about, but you gotta understand. We oddly enough never get to hear this guy's inner monologues, so when Luffy suddenly says the wisest crap out of thin air, it's a big moment. Yeah, that fight in the desert when Luffy called out Vivi's BS and was more or less like, if you're not willing to lose everything for your people, then you don't actually care about your people. And I was like, who are you and what have you done with my favorite moron? And this is precisely why I can get behind the Nakama power in this series. It's not some tangible Deus Ex Machina energy force that can be called upon when you write yourself into a corner. It's the driving force behind every major decision. Right now, the Straw Hats are creating historical and political events on an international scale. And the only reason Luffy is even there to cause it is to help his small circle of friends. I mean, just look at that Bon Clay guy. He ends up saving their asses from the Marines. And why? Literally no other reason than he just likes them. That is the magic of friendship, my dudes. You could be facing the biggest, evilest, most powerful villain in the whole damn world. But if you can get them on your side, then shit, you won the fight before it even began. But speaking of villains, let's pivot from all the friendship talk and go into the baddies for a sec. First, Wapol. Yeah, fuck Wapol, I'm not talking about him. Now, when the Baroque Works guys were first introduced, I was initially terrified. Not because I think they're oh so scary, but because they got a crap ton of people in their ranks. And I was like, oh god, they're gonna spend like 20 episodes fighting each and every one of them in a series of uninspired fights, aren't they? Thankfully, Luffy was there to be like, forget that mess, man. Let's just go straight to that crocodile guy. Speaking of whom... Okay, look. I can't put this tastefully, alright? Crocodile is a little bitch. This Giovanni-looking motherfucker thinks he's so cool in his unlit corner office and his too big hook hand that is clearly compensating for something and is actually pretty dope sand powers, but that's all he got, okay? And yeah, he manipulated everyone into revering him, but it sure as hell wasn't from his charisma, I can tell you that. Like, every time he does that laugh, it makes me want to have sex with a woman, have a child in 9 months, and then stab their eardrums with a rusty coat hanger just so they never have to hear that noise. And like, he's the kind of prick who only keeps his cool when he's in control, you know? Like, half of this saga, he's like, you cannot possibly defeat me. But the second Luffy catches on to the water weakness, he's like, oh shit, oh fuck, don't hurt me, no, please! Like, you cannot fathom the euphoria I felt when he finally got his ass handed to him. Now, on a final note, Nico Robin. Besides the whole phonograph thing, I honestly don't know what her whole deal is with yet. Like, I knew she was coming because trying to avoid One Piece spoilers when you're a content creator is like trying to remove fried chicken from your diet. It's just not happening. But like, I wasn't expecting her whole big joining the Straw Hats moment to be so abrupt, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of funny actually. Everyone else has these strong character-defining moments that foreshadow their spot on the crew, and then we got Robin here who just pops out of the John being like, yeah, I'm here because your captain's a jerk who put me on suicide watch. Nice to meet you. So there we go. 7 Straw Hats and counting. I am honestly glad Alabasta turned out better than I thought it would be. Like, East Blue was good for my attention span because it was a bunch of smaller individual arcs and it kept things fresh. Alabasta involves a lot more long-form storytelling, and I was scared I would be one of those chodes that are like, oh god, this is so boring, I just want to skip to the mindless battles already. But no, Alabasta felt like a legitimate journey with a satisfying conclusive ending. I ended up falling in love with characters that I wasn't expecting to grow attached to, and the fights served a purpose beyond just needing to be there. If this is a hint to what I can expect in Skypiea and all the other subsequent arcs, then I can't see One Piece falling anywhere short of enjoyable. Peace! Fuck, I forgot to mention Ace! Okay, so, he's cool. He's a fire guy, I mean. Like, he's got these like awesome like fiery powers. He's like Luffy but a little bit smarter, you know. So he's cool. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. Yeah. Totally forgot about that, guys. Sorry, guys. But yeah, thanks for watching my video. I know normally I do the whole like singing a popular theme at the end of these videos, but honestly, there wasn't anything recently in One Piece that really is hummable, I should say. So yeah. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to show your support by liking this video, sharing with your friends, leaving a comment, all that good jazz. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can also do the whole Patreon thing. Yeah, cool. So anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you all next time. Stay tuned.